We'll give it a couple of minutes, see who comes on. Oh, actually, I'll put the link up if anyone wants to come on. Oh dear. All these things you have to learn on the computer is unbelievable. Blows my mind, really. It's actually worse than going out there and earning a living, hands-on. Too many things to remember, but I get there. Come on in, say hello. I know you're there. I try not to speak too loud because I don't want to activate my dog's arsehole because she stinks when she farts. It's like she gets really unsettled when I go live. What's that all about? I'm sure I'm going to have an encounter at some point in this life with my dog's arsehole stinking the room out. Let's see what we can solve and how productive we can be tonight. It's so boring online tonight. I thought I'd come on. I thought I can't sit here and just watch all these little YouTube vlogs or whatever they're called. I find them uninteresting. Some are interesting, but I've gone through all the interesting ones, and now I'm desperately scraping for something interesting online. So I thought I'd come on. Hi, Dave. Welcome to the show. You done a live today, didn't you, Dave? Can't remember what it was about. Not that it's uninteresting, it's just that I've watched so many videos today and stuff. I just know you've been on. Oh, you was talking about your tooth, weren't you? See, there you go. You was talking about your tooth and having a beer with a dentist. See, it's all up there. It's just sometimes it's in the wrong filing cabinet. Yeah. I don't know if I would ever have a tooth taken out if I could have it refilled though, to be fair. Because I've had a couple of teeth taken out and it ends up making you dribbling when you go to bed and stuff. And you end up going a lot. When you're talking to people, you go and you don't mean to do it. I mean, I've noticed I do it. I'm trying to not do it now. You noticed over time that these things happen. Never have a tooth out if you can have it repaired. That's me sucking me vape, not sucking it, sucking the drip with. Life's a fucker, isn't it? Life throws all sorts of shit at you. But we're still here. We've got the instinct to survive, us humans. Oh, is it? Are you going to buy them anymore, Dave, or are you just going to avoid them? Because it seems like the dentist knows all about them. I don't think I've had them, to be fair. Just as well, really. I've got enough dodgy teeth. I've got a drone, as you all will know, or some of you might know, and I've only got the DJI Mini 2, and it's gone up 2 drones since then. And trying to learn everything that you can about the Mini 2. I can't believe how complicated they are. Oh, I was just reading about. Oh, excuse me. I was just reading about or watching a video about the new updates where you can zoom in and zoom out, but it's not actually zooming in, zoom out. It's it I don't know if it's a pixel change or what, but you can actually use it like a zoom in and zoom out. Yeah, it's all right flying it, Dave. I can fly drones, but it's all the data that comes in that drone. When you get into the data of that drone, it's so complicated. It does me head in. I mean, it's like you say, I have got to learn because I've always been hands on and I learn things by actually doing them. That's how it stays in my head. Talking about it and watching videos about it just doesn't cut it for me. I have to do it and then it sticks in my head. If I listen to someone talking about it and I don't do it there and then, it just goes out of my mind. I believe the amount of different settings there are on it. I've got the operator's ID. I keep trying to tackle the flyer ID because I've got a 500 as well, 500 gram, and I want to be able to use them both because there's certain things that you can do with the 500 gram that well you can't fly a 500 gram unless you get the flyer ID. You probably can if you're out in the wilderness, but because I've got the because I've got the 500 gram, I feel like I should use it because I didn't mind using that before, but I didn't know about all these laws that you had to comply with. Yeah, I know. I keep watching them, Dave. It's just like every time I watch a new tutorial, there's just something different come up. It's like the updates are quicker than our brain can cope with. It's like the new zooming you can do on the Mini R2 that wasn't there before. It's an update that you can do, and it actually gives you the impression that you can zoom in. Oh God, I've got a dodgy nail. I'm gonna have to file my nail while I'm talking to you now. I keep catching my nails on things because I'm so hands-on that it just destroys my nails, and I'm never going to be able to grow them properly, and I'm not going to get false nails. Well, say never. Never say never. I had them before, and they crippled my nails. But I know there's all different types of nails you can get, and I obviously haven't found the right one yet. But if I'm going to get nails, I'm going to have to stop doing all this hands-on stuff. I want to start doing when I go out auditing, because I am going to go out auditing. This is why I'm getting everything. See, this is what annoys me. I can't believe how many things I have to get just to go out auditing. It's like I've got this little Vivita DVR thing, right? It's only a cheap thing, but I've got it. So I'm trying to get the bits for it. It's got a little screen on it. You can zoom in with a camera. It's got a 2.4 screen on it. It seems pretty all right to me, but I can't imagine that it's that good because all the good auditors have all got like proper zoom in stuff. But it's kind of like a backup as evidence. I need to have this on when I'm not using the drone. I've got a body cam. I've lost all the equipment to it. And then when I've tried to get the equipment to this body cam I've got, it's a body cam sport. It's a sport camera. And everything seems to be upgraded so quick that there's not a kit out there. I can get the body strap, but I can't get the housing for the GoPro. And it's such a nice little camera. I love using it. Not that I've used it for much, but I love its simplicity. And I can't get the straps for it. I've got the card for it. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've got the card for that. I've got the card for the Vita. I've got the drone. I've got the card for the drone. Oh, actually, I don't think I've even got a card for the drone yet. I've had to order an HDMI lead, a Type C for the Vivita, so I can watch it on the telly. And well, it's the PC through the telly. And it's like, how much equipment have I got to get before I can actually what? Yeah, I went on eBay and got the HDMI Type C lead. But it's like, I just can't believe how much stuff you have to get. And I still know we're near where I need to get. The strap, that's probably what he was talking about eBay. I've gone on eBay and you can get the strap and all that, but I can't get the housing for the GoPro Sport. I can get it for all the other GoPros, but it seems like this has got to be the older one. I had the strap and the housing. It's like I've got you know, the hard case housing. I've got that, but I don't know if the sound is going to come through with that because that's waterproof. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the sound through it. So I need to get just a basic frame that goes around the GoPro Sport, and it's just not online. I've constantly looked on eBay and I can't find it. It's a little square frame and this clicks into it and it's obviously got the bracket at the bottom and then you attach it to the harness, but I can't find it. And I'm not going to buy a new GoPro when I've already got one, and all that is like backup evidence. So it's driving me fucking nuts. I can't be honest with you. I actually want to do I want to do my audits around racetracks and motorbike shops. That's what I want to do. Because well, I don't know if there is any. Oh, what have I done? Oh, fuck it, what have I done? No, let's get rid of that. I know you can hear me, but I've just changed the screen. Let me get rid of that. Here we go. Back in the room. It's all these pop-ups, they wind me up. Because what? Do you know what? I've worked it out that my screen is wrong on the computer. It's not wrong on the telly. Because I've gone all through the telly, done all the different adjustments to try and make the screen smaller and bigger, but all it's doing is it's making everything smaller and bigger, but the icons are still off the screen. So it's got to be something to do with the computer. But I need to work that out. It's driving me nuts. It really is. Going from a hands-on industrial world, builder's world, construction world, to a computer world is driving me nuts. If you know the computer world, you get it. But if I asked you to build a house, you wouldn't be able to, would you? I can, because of what I know. But when I come into this computer world, it drives me nuts. It frustrates me so much because it's not in front of me. I can't make it work with my hands unless I know the technical side of the computer. It drives me nuts. Does anyone want to come on the panel? I'm going to put the link up again because that's what I do. That's the only thing I've learned on it. You know? It's took me a long time to learn this as well, how to put this link up. And I'm sure I'll go about it the long way anyway. But it doesn't matter because I know how to do it. I can do it like that, but I'm sure there's other ways of doing it. I'm going to put it up there. In fact, I can put a start. What's them 3 dots there? Let me have a look. Put user in timeout, block user. What are we going to do with that? See, if I press that star, I'm sure that does something, but I'm not sure what. It's something important. I'm sure it is. See, there you go. That's the that's the way it is. I'm boring people. They're just leaving because I'm not having a go at everyone. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. I went to Lidl's the other day, right? And I bought one of these roast dinners in a box. It cost me $1.79, and I was so impressed with what a chicken roast it was. I just added a few brownies, cooked it properly, and it bloated me all day. It's mad, isn't it? You can eat so much shit all day and feel hungry all the time. But I had one of them roast dinners, £1.79, and it bloated me all day. There's only one on it now. I'm really pissing people off. Shall I cut someone off? Would that help? It's bad, isn't it? Operator's ID. I've attached it to my drone, and I'm going to be out there soon. How have I timed you out, Dave? How have I timed you out? When did I do that? I only put a link up. How have I done that, Dave? Did I really do that? If I done that, I'm really sorry. I thought I just put the link up and put a star on it. Oh shit. What the fuck am I like? I didn't mean to do that, Dave. Honest. How the fuck did that happen? It can't be me, Dave. It hasn't got you. I've timed you out on here. Would it show it on my screen? All your comments are up here. Evening, Paris. Hope all is well. A bit of a laugh. That's all. Lol. It was cracked in half. Best way is just fly. Yeah. Do you get a license ID? Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, all your comments are up there, Dave. You sure you didn't time yourself out? You sure that ain't anaesthetic hasn't got to your head? Well, I don't know how that happened because all I've done was put the link up and put a star on it. I definitely didn't do that. God, do you know what? I made myself a sandwich tonight, right? Crab sticks and ham with mayonnaise on, right? Absolutely beautiful, right? It's beautiful sandwich, right? And I left 3 bits of ham on the side in the packet closed and everything. I've gone out there about an hour later and it's gone, right? And normally I would blame my dog, but the evidence says it wasn't a dog because if the dog took it, the packet would be on the floor, all ripped to bits. It would all be licked to bits and everything. There'd be just so many different scenarios. But the packet was still on the side. The lid was still down on the packet and it was gone. And I'm like, where's me cat? Where's me fucking cat? Right? I shut the door to keep the heat in the living area on my boat. And the cat was out there. The cat has lifted the lid up, ate all 3 slices of ham that was left, and left the packet on the side. Now, my dog, it's impossible for my dog to do that. How would I have done that, Dave? I ain't gone in those settings or nothing. I just come on like I normally do. Don't baffle me with science, Dave. I didn't know you could do such a thing. You may have set a timer setting before people can see messages. I wouldn't have a clue, Dave. If I've done that, I've done it by accident. And it probably would have been before the show. So I don't know. I really don't know. I genuinely don't know. Give me some bricks and I'll build you a wall. But everything else, I ain't got a fucking clue. I can't even set this screen so that it fits the telly. It's like the screen's so big that I can't see all the icons all around the edge. So I have to guess where everything is. Unless I've hit something there. But no, that wouldn't go straight into this and do that, would it? All that would do is send me to eBay or whatever. Yeah. Fucking crazy, isn't it? Do you know what? It's quite boring out there on the internet. No one's doing anything that I follow. But yeah, I'm not getting enough people in here to make it interesting enough. So there must be stuff out there that's not boring, that I'm not attached to. Yeah, but Mum in the drone, what a cunt. What a fucker. What an awkward bastard having all these settings. I found my, what is it? I got a Bop 3 or something. A Bebop 3 or something. And I found that really easy. But because I ain't used it for such a long time, the battery's gone on it. So I've tried to get a new battery and it's just too dear. I can't buy a new battery for that. It's ridiculous. It's like 60 quid for a battery. And I'm not buying that until one comes up really cheap. The battery's just gone. The arse has fell out of it. Oh, is he? She? Mass is a she, isn't she? I'm sure she's a she. Maybe she went live because I've come on. Mind you, she don't get much more views than I do, so bless her. Oh dear, I fancy a snack now. Mind you, I've got some peanuts. Because I've got teeth missing, they hurt quite bad. Yeah, I'm sure Mass is a she. This mouse anyway, because I've had encounters with a lot of mouse on here. But there are a lot of mouse about, aren't there? You don't just get one mouse out there. I've dealt with a lot of mouse. This is why I think me and Mouse has fell out, because I've got her confused with a lot of other mouses that I've had interactions with that have not been very nice. I'll play some records, but I'm just fed up of all my things getting struck. Yeah, I'll try not to, Dave. I don't think I've had them before. Bombay mix, whatever. Yeah, I don't think I've had them before. But yeah, I'll avoid them. I haven't got enough teeth to be able to cope with losing any more. Do you know what? I've got a boat safety thing coming up, and I've tried to update my boat, the gas. I've got a gas safety thing coming up, and all the pipework is Imperial. And can I get a bloody Imperial connection to Metric? You go to a plumber's that's got everything, and they haven't got imperial connections to metric. It's like, wow, there's a market there. If you can order a load of imperial from America's, because America's still doing imperial. If you can order a load of connections from America to come over here and put them on eBay, I think you'd make a killing. Because trying to get imperial is a bloody nightmare. I only want to go from 12.5 to 10, but there's nothing out there. Oh. Perhaps you should have sucked on them then, Dave, instead of bit on them. Sucked them through your teeth. That probably would have been a safer way to go. Why is no one coming in the chat? Is everyone scared, or are they just trolling and ghosting and stuff? What's wrong with people? I'm only horrible when I'm being attacked. I'm not horrible when people aren't attacking me. Unless it's certain people that I won't let on that are just checking to make sure that I'm not talking about them because they're so insecure. That's probably what it is. The insecure ones have just got to go everywhere and see what everyone's saying. Oh, yeah. The Mass is premiering. Oh. Lovely. Lovely. I'll find my nails then. Mate, you laugh. They talk about people that are completely irrelevant, and then loads of people go on and watch it. It's fucking, it's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad. Oh, I must go over there and hear what they're saying about so and so that's completely irrelevant. But it's everyone that's on here that's making them relevant. Yeah, probably is, Dave. So I find, which I find weird, right? I find the weekends are quite quiet, and normally in the week he's quite busy on the internet. But I just don't get it. I don't get it. Perhaps I'm not meant to get it. It'd be nice to just come on here and have a civilized chat with people about life, rather than talk about someone else that said this, and I've got the comments and I've got the recordings, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Lovely. What are you going to do around recordings in a year's time? Are you still going to keep looking at them thinking, them comments are going to be relevant one day? Yeah, tell me about it, Dave. You realise how pointless it is until you end up in court. Because that's all that happens. You just, like, people just keep listening and making comments, and then eventually someone ends up in court over it. Yeah, they do. They do. I like to hear about people talking about interesting things. It makes the night. But when you got people sitting there in the background that won't even come in and comment, but they want to just like hear if their name's mentioned or make someone feel important, it's not going to happen. Not here. God, you know what? I've got to dig in that now. It's so deep, I can't file back that much. So I'm going to have to leave that one and let it grow. just not be so heavy-handed when I do stuff in the garden, I think. Mizan. Hi, Mizan. Official channel. Hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand pink waving. What the fuck does all that mean? Hand pink waving. What does that actually mean? You carry on in your own little world there. You're welcome to put your comments up there. I'm sure other people will make more of it than I can. Hand pink waving. Okay. Don't know what that means really. It must be something to do with hands, and it must be something to do with pink. And it must have a lot to do with waving. But none of it makes sense. Nah, can't bother, Dave. I have enough trouble with my drone. The last thing I need to do is work out codes and stuff. Might be something provocative, it might not be, but if you don't own it, it goes back to the person that says it, doesn't it? That's how I see it. I'm not owning it. I've got my New York cheesecake back because I was smoking strawberry and melon, and after a little while it became a bit boring, so I've gone back to my New York cheesecake, which is quite nice. Quite like it. All right. Yeah, I still don't know what that means. Hand pink, well, whatever. It's a nice flavour. A few people vape out there, go for that. New York cheesecake. It's nice. I'd play you a record, but I can't be bothered to get the record player out. It's not worthy of my battery. Not tonight. I was hoping people would come on the panel and have a chat, to be fair. Talk about stuff, life, whatever. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do these audits. And there probably won't be a lot of people on there that are interested in motorbikes. But I was thinking of going to do the big companies that sell bikes and that, see how they operate and work and what they've got on show, and maybe do a few of the tracks like Silverstone, Snetterton. I want to go and do Snetterton because I haven't raced at Snetterton since they changed it all. I know they've changed it quite a lot, to be fair. And I'd like to go back to Mallory Park where I actually was a racer. I've done a couple of races at Mallory Park, but that was too psychopathic for me. I mean, I hold my own, don't get me wrong. I started in 31st place and got up to 17th in 2 races, but because I was such a novice, I felt like I was picked on, because like when you're a novice and you race, you have to wear an orange jacket for 10 races, and I feel like the the pros in that race was trying to put their stamp on me. So I just thought, do you know what? I don't mind living on the edge, but I'm not having people bring it forward quicker than it should be. But hopefully I'll be working on my bike this year, and hopefully I'll be getting it going, because I bought a new battery for it, and I think that's what the issue was. Because when you got a racing bike, you haven't got alternators and all things like that. You have to have a tip-top battery on it, and I think that's what my problem was last year. My battery wasn't running at full 12%, 12 volts. I think it was about 9 or 10 volts, and I think that probably. I mean, it might not be. I'm hoping it is the problem, because I did start that bike up once, and it was running sweet as a nut. And after that, I just can't get it to start. And I think it's actually the battery. I cleaned all the carbs out, checked everything. But the one thing I didn't check was the battery. So I'm hoping this year, I bought a new battery. I haven't charged it up yet. I've got to put the acid in it and stuff and get it running. Put it on the bike. And hopefully, if I get that going this year, I will definitely do a track day. I'll take someone with me and I'll do a live on that, and that'll be quite interesting. Because I do believe that I am quite a good motorbike racer. Just that I've never had the opportunity or the money to get into that scene, to get the sponsors to keep it going. I've had to pay for it all myself, so I just had to back out of it. But track days are track days. It's like a one-day thing. You pay for that, and if you've got your bike running, you do it. Job done. Yeah. So what, are we going to just all sit here and stare at each other, or are we going to all have a chat? Is that what's going on here? Paris is not allowed on YouTube or StreamYard. Is that what it is? Because I've grown up and I don't argue with everyone unless I deserve it. If people don't come on the chat, the channel's just going to die. That's fine with me. I just get on with something else. I read up about me drone. I'll get my flyer's ID. Sit there and learn about my flyer's ID. I don't need a flyer's ID for the Mini 2, but I do need it for the Bebop. Is it the Bebop 2 or the Bebop 3? I can't remember. I do need it for that because it's 500 milligrams, 500 grams. Is it grams or milligrams? Oh, I don't know. Oh. But I do like the Mini 2. But it's just getting my head around all the technical data that's behind the scenes. Yeah, what one? Yeah, I've been looking up a lot, Dave. I've been looking up a lot. That's how I'm learning, seeing people do it hands on. But I have to keep going over it because there's so many different levels to it. Have you got a drone, Dave? Do you fly a drone? It's like I can fly a drone, I can record, I can do all that normal stuff, but to get the optimum use out of it, you have to go into all the settings and adjust everything. And there's so much. Oh, you have? What one you got, Dave? There's so much that you have to take on board. Once it's in your head, it becomes normal, like anything else. Everything's complicated until you know how to do it. But I can't just read stuff. I have to see people doing it and practice it myself. That's how I learn, and that's how I master things. And then I can put my input into it. But every time I look at the Mini 2, I mean, God knows, I mean, the Mini 2, there's 2 out after that that are a lot more advanced. So, I mean, once I've got the Mini 2 mastered, it's not that hard to learn the rest because you're just adding little bits to it. But coming from like my Bebop, I can't remember what it is. I can't even be bothered to look. It's all the way up the other end of the boat. I brought them in because I wanted to check the batteries and everything, but the remote control's gone flat. The battery's just knackered, and I've gone online to try and get a battery, and all I can find is another remote control. And it seems a bit silly buying a whole remote control, not knowing if the battery's any good anyway, just to get around that problem. I just need to buy that battery. I've put the code on eBay and everything. I've gone on to Google with the code of the battery, and I can't find it. I can't find the battery. So that's just gonna. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can use my Bebop. I can use it, but I have to use it with the phone. I put the app in my phone, and I can use my phone as the remote. But the joysticks on the app on the phone, once your finger goes out of that circle, you're not using the control. I like to feel something. The controller in my hand with the phone above it works great. But when I have to just use my phone, you look at the phone and you've got the controls on the phone and they're blocking out the picture and everything. Although you can see through the controllers, it's like once you come out of that circle, you're not flying it. Yeah, that's what I do on the Bebop one. But it's just not as good as using a remote control and putting the phone on top of it. Yeah, exactly, David. It's a lot more interactive. You get a much better feel. I do actually like using my Bebop because when I bought it a few years ago, and I thought I got quite a good deal because I bought 2 drones, and it cost me £300. I've got 2 drones, 2 batteries, 1 remote, the goggles, and a couple of leads. I can't use the goggles because you can only use an iPhone 5 with it. It's only an iPhone 5 that actually fits inside the goggles. So I've never used them because Matt Taylor ended up with them phones. So that's why I wanted them back so bad so that I could use them on my Bebop. That's how I found out they were stolen because they were just gone. But using the remote, the handset itself, it's like you say, it's more reactive, and you can look at your phone as a screen to see where you're going, just like you can with the Mini 2. But because it's a 500 gram, you've got to have the flyer ID as well as the operator's ID. Because I'm on the dole, everything takes a lot longer to get together. I mean, I've tried so hard to get a job, but hi Violet, welcome to the show. I mean, I've been having a go at my Job 22 as well as my Universal Credit Job Centre or whatever it is to get me a job. And they've written me up a CV because I ain't got a clue how to do CVs. I've told them all what I can do, and they goes, "Oh, there's loads there that you've put down, Paris." I'm like, "Yeah, but how's that going to get me a job?" And the guys wrote the CV up for me. Bless him for doing that. He's wrote up the CV for me, put it all in its sections and all that. And I've read it, and I'm like, "But no, half of what you've written is not true." It's like he's lied and exaggerated my skills, but in the wrong field. But if he gets me a job, he gets me a job. But I can't see it because the fucking bullshit that he's put in my CV is fucking bullshit. Absolute bullshit. But I'll go along with it and see what comes up. Yeah, I'm not really interested in clubs, to be honest with you, Dave. I just want to get out there and do my little thing. I want to get out. I'm going to learn the basics of the drone, and then I'm going to get out there. I'm going to try from a different angle because I feel like I need to interact with the people because I want to do a lot of droning on tracks, but I also want to do a lot of droning on big bike companies, go to the bike companies, talk about the bikes, talk about the company, how they get the bikes, how they distribute them, and things like that. Because I love motorbikes. I'm obsessed with motorbikes. I don't know fuck all about motorbikes, but you give me a motorbike and I'll show you how to fucking ride it. That's me because that's hands on. The data part of it I find really hard to get into my head. But if you give me a motorbike and you say, take that out, see what you think, give me some feedback in a week, I'll tell you everything I love and hate about their bike. That's me. But to look at a bike on paper and go, oh, that sounds a bit toasty. Yeah, I'd love to try the Dukes. I'd love to try all of them because they look like an awesome, powerful, amazing bike. But to give you any statistics about it, when I've never ridden one, I can't do that until I've ridden one. And I feel that, and I feel the power, and I see its potential. That's where I come into stuff. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to try and see if I can fly around tracks and stuff and talk to the people there and things like that rather than going to police stations and stuff like that because that's getting a bit tedious now, and loads of people do that stuff. I want to specialize in the motorcycle world. That's what I want to do. But as strange as it sounds, my first audit is going to be about Bluebell Lakes, the fishing lakes where I live. Yeah, I've doxed myself. So what? What's everyone going to do about it? What, you all going to come and attack me? You all going to beat me up? I don't think so. Do you know what? I've had threats from like gangs of people to come out and sink my boat and nickel my silver and beat me up. Not one man, if you can call them men, has turned up. I've enticed them to come and see me. No. Yeah. Yeah, cup of tea. All they'll get off of me, Violet, is a dip in the river. Time they get out of it, they'll be about like fucking 200-300 yards down the river. Men's threats are full of hot air, to be fair, on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you're giving a lot of hot air and you're a man, it means you're not going to do nothing. Men that say stuff on YouTube don't do it in real life, because why would you advertise that you're going to go and smash someone's face in? Why would you advertise it? Because that's got to be the worst thing to do, don't you think? Mad, isn't it? I've doxed my address many times because I'm not scared of these men that threaten me, come at her and going to do whatever they're going to do, because not one of them have turned up. And they've had the opportunity, and there's been a lot more than one in a bunch. So, yeah. But that's what I'm going to try and do. But look out for a YouTube channel that's going to be called, I don't know if to call it Marmite Audits, because I don't know if that's going to be a copyright thing. Maybe someone could give me some enlightenment on that. Marmite Audits. Is that like a breach of copyright or something? Because I don't want to tread on Marmite's toes. But if that is an issue, I'm going to call myself Marmite Audits. But I need to know, because I'd rather be called Marmite, because it's like love or hate me sort of thing, you know. Not that that's relevant to me, but I don't want it to be an issue with Marmite itself. But maybe the Marmite audit is the part where it's not a copyright because it's got audit after. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do Marmite Audits and then see if I get any issues. And if I do, I'll change it to Marmite. Yeah. So it looks like Marmite. Yeah, I know, Dave. But Marmite Audits, is that a trademark? Marmite Audits. See, this is what I'm thinking about. It's like, am I going to... Because I don't want to have to, like, go around the houses. But I suppose all I have to do is just change the name to Marmite. Marmite Audits. Because everyone will still think it's Marmite. Is there a Marmite Audits? I don't think there is there? There's a Marmite, but is there a Marmite Audits? I think I'll take the chance. I'll take the chance and I'll call myself Marmite Audits, because I've got a lot of lovers out there and I've got a lot of haters out there. And it just seems to me to be appropriate for me, because I can give as good as I get, just as and that's like love me or hate me, give as good as you get. Yeah, I might do that actually, Violet. Yeah. What is the colours? Is it yellow and red? Have I got any Marmite in the cupboard? I don't think I have. When I get Marmite, I eat it too quick. Because I love Marmite on toast in the morning. No, well, I say morning. Well, it is morning. Yeah, it's before 12. Yeah, I like Marmite. No, thanks. Thanks, Violet. I hope you're talking about me there. Yeah. Marmite Audit. I just think that's great because like it's like people will think, Marmite Audits, what's that all about? And then they're gonna see me and they go, oh, yellow, black and red. Oh right, okay. Yeah, I know the jar's black. Is it black or is it brown? I think it's brown when it's empty, isn't it? Looks black. But I'm not gonna argue with you. Marmite Audits and then do it red, yellow and black. That's a flag in it. Whose flag is that? That's not no. Is that no? No, it ain't, is it? It's almost Ruster, isn't it? It needs green in it to be Ruster. Fuck it, I'll talk about a lot of shit, did I? It's better than talking about people though, isn't it, really? I mean, let's face it. I could sit here all night and fucking slag some people off, but nah, it's not my thing anymore. It's not my style, as my dad would say. It's not my style. Love it. When my dad didn't like somebody, he called him a shit cunt as well. It's not my style and shit cunt. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, you trying to get to Dave, are you, Violet, with brushing your teeth? He's just had one pulled out because of a bag of crisps or peanuts. What was it, Dave? God, you know that New York cheesecake vape is fucking lovely. Bombay mix. That was it. Violet. Dave had some Bombay mix and he cracked his tooth and had to have it taken out. Dave's all right. He got a fucking pint of Guinness out of it. Or was it Worthington's? No, that was a different video, wasn't it? That was a bargain, though, Dave. I would have bought the barrel, to be fair, and took it home with me. Oh, do you know what? Because I live where I live, right? I found all the dentists that were around here, all of them, right? And they're all private. They all talk posh and everything, right? There's one dentist that I found that does NHS, and they're full to the brim. So I'm fucked. My teeth are just rotting away. I mean, admittedly, I'm sick almost. Well, I'm 61 next month, actually, right at the beginning of next month. Actually, if anyone was to send me some daffodils, because daffodil bulbs, because I want to cover my garden with daffodils all around the border, because when they come up, it reminds me of the summer's coming, right? I love daffodils. It's like where I live at the moment, right? They've got loads of these mini daffodils, right? And I went over to some the other day and I ripped a whole bunch up and I brought them home and put them in my vase and they fucking look beautiful. Little tiny baby daffodils. So yeah, all daffodils are welcome. Yeah, they're still looking lovely. It's like I was really down the other week. Last week, I was really down. I don't show it on here that much, but I was really down. And my friend bought me some daffodils. Right, they only cost £1, but that's irrelevant. And I brought them in here, and I look at them every day, and they really make me happy. Daffodils. It's like they just cheer my life up because I know the summer's coming because I can't stand the winter. I'm thinking of actually selling up or waiting a few more years and using the property and the boat I've got as my pension and fuck off to Spain. I really want to fuck off out of this country. I love this country, but I don't love what it's becoming. I hate what this country's becoming. But even since I'm a kid, we've always been talking about this stuff. We've always been talking about how this country's gone downhill. But what we didn't appreciate was what we had then. So we should hang on to what we've got now. Because if we don't, this country is not going to be this country anymore. It's going to be a skip. It's going to be a junkyard. Are they really? I didn't know that, Violet. I've been to Wales. I went on a beautiful holiday in Wales and I absolutely loved it. I actually went on this holiday because the girl that I was with at the time, my son's mum, actually loved horses. And we went on a horsey holiday over there, down the road, basically. It's only like 100 miles away. Oh, you've gone to Australia, have you, Dave? I've got a family in Australia. I had a lovely holiday in Australia for a month. I think it was about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, nearly a month. I went to New South Wales where my family lived. No, I went to Bali. That was it. To climatise, even though I didn't climatise. I went to Bali for nearly a week. Then I went to New South Wales for a week to meet my family. And then I went to, is it Cairns? Cairns in Australia. Really tropical up there. And I loved it. Absolutely. I didn't like New South Wales that much because it was like I think I went in quite a rough season. But when I went to Cairns, it was tropical. We had these fucking big green insects walking up the wall on the apartments. Yeah. Oh, bless you, Violet. Thanks for coming on anyway. Thanks for coming on the chat as well. It takes a brave person to come on my chat, you know. Contrary to belief, it's not that bad. Do you like it in Australia then, Dave? Whereabouts in Australia? Are you in like the nice hot sunny side of Australia, or are you like in the side that kind of gets weather like us, but it's either really hot or really cold? I was going to go to Tasmania while I was there, but I just never got the chance. It's like Australia's so big. You have to get aeroplanes everywhere. You can't just drive there in a car. Oh, Victoria, I've heard of that. Victoria. I don't know where that is, but I've heard of Victoria. I must have passed it. Well, I mean, I've done a 6-hour flight in Australia, and I was still in Australia. So how can you fly for 600 miles at 500 miles an hour and still be in the same country? That's mad, isn't it? Oh, is it? Oh, right. So you couldn't have been that far from New South Wales then, if it Yeah. Is that, have I got that right? I don't know, fuck all really. Just guess. But if Tassie is south, yeah, I know it's fucking huge. Oh, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, next door. So you still have bad weather there, quite bad weather. I mean, I've seen Australia when the winds come and that. Yeah, yeah, Tassie is the island, yeah. Yeah, Tasmania. It's off the coast of South Wales, isn't it? Fucking South Wales, South Australia. Yeah, I nearly went now. But we decided to go to Cairns, which is a lot more north, I believe. I think that's where the 6 hour flight come into it. They was walking around with white socks on, low white socks on and shorts. It's quite funny when I first went now. But it was a lovely place I went though. Really clean and beautiful, built up. I think I went to Sydney as well with my aunt. We actually see dolphins in the harbour. Beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Yeah, I know. The thing is, though, Dave, the bigger the spider in Australia, the less harmful it is. It's the oh, what is it? Them little spiders with a red thing on their back. What are they called? It's not redback, is it? Redback sounds like a fucking big rhinoceros or something. Is it a redback? No. Black widow? No. Oh, I don't know. What's them big ass spiders they have? They're fucking huge, but they're harmless to humans. They're like our ass spiders. Hunting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember seeing one on my aunt's ceiling. It was fucking cute. I mean, my aunt had a seat. I mean, them houses out there, they're fucking big, aren't they? And like they'll have a ceiling 2 stories high, and then they'll have the walkway all the way around to the bedrooms. And I remember sitting in the living room of my aunt's house, and we looked up at the ceiling. That I mean, it's just like the house spiders over here, but they're enormous. And this spider was in the corner. It was fucking massive, but no one took no notice of it. Huntsman, that's it. Well done, Dave. A huntsman. It was fucking massive, but they're harmless to humans. But you get them little tiny things with a red back. I can't remember what they're called. Fucking little tiny things, and they're toxic as fuck. Oh, fuck that, Dave. No way. Are you talking about the big one or the little poisonous ones? Fuck that. I wouldn't like. Oh, my. They shed their skin as well, don't they? Leave them behind. Fuck that. I would hate that. I mean, I was so paranoid when I stayed at my aunt's house because a house is a house, isn't it? When you go in a hotel, it's a lot more. I don't know. They just like a lot more thorough. Well, they clean the sheets every day, tidy the room up every day, polish everything every day. But when you've got a house, it's a different setup, isn't it? But like in the hotel, I didn't really have too many issues. I mean, when I come out of in a hotel and I saw this fucking great big insect on the wall, a luminous green, it must have been about 6 inches long. I was like, whoa, but because it was so the colours were so vibrant, it wasn't something scary to look at. But fuck that. Yeah, them huntsmans. I was getting used to them, but like, no, I wouldn't want one near me. It'd just be splattered if it was near me. That's not a nice thing to say, is it? Yeah, they are big and scary, but they're just harmless, which is weird, isn't it? I mean, they're much bigger than tarantulas, aren't they? They're huge, like a milky brown colour, if I can remember. Fucking hell, going back a few years. I must be going back 20, 25 years when I went to Australia. What's them fucking little black spiders with a red dot on their back? They're red. Is it a redback or something? What are they called? I went to a snake sanctuary as well. Jesus Christ, the amount of poisonous snakes they had there was unreal. And you had some geezer playing with them. It's like, are you a redback? Yeah, redback, that's it. That just sounds so plain and boring, doesn't it? A redback. I thought, yeah, a redback. And they're tiny, aren't they? And they're so lethal. But yet you get them huntsmen, they're massive and they're just harmless to anything. They just keep it large. Yeah, Australia, man. I don't know if I would go back there really because it's such a long fucking flight. I nearly went out my mind with that flight, to be fair. I think we landed in Portugal for a fill up, got off the plane, stayed there for an hour and fucked off again. But like that flight, I remember back in them days I was quite shy and inverted and wouldn't get out of my seat unless I had to go to the toilet, and I'd sit there aching and restless. And but I was so quiet back then. But Jesus Christ, the difference between me now and me then was unreal. I'd probably be running up and down the aisle singing songs to everyone if I'd done that flight now. Oh, don't. Oh, fuck that, Dave. Fuck that. I'm gonna have to fucking block you because you're making me feel all creepy and itchy. But I remember seeing them when I was over there, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it was a fucking long flight that was. Excuse the French or the English. Yeah, that flight. I mean, that flight. I mean, I done Barbados. I think that was about 8 hours or 10 hours, and that drove me out my mind. But when I went to Australia, that that flight stuck with me for such a long time because I was coming out of my mind. I was literally going out of my mind, and I wasn't a drinker then because I think if you drink, you can sleep through a lot of that. But I wasn't a drinker then. I would have been pissed, proper pissed while I was on there. I mean, I remember when I went to Barbados, right? We got off the plane, me and my missus, because I've had a lot of girlfriends. There was all different girlfriends. No, actually, there wasn't. That one girlfriend I actually went on a lot of holidays with, but a couple of other girlfriends I went on holidays with. But I went to Barbados with this particular girlfriend, and we got off of the plane, and it was like halfway down the runway. It was really basic. We got there, and I was like, "Oh my god, the heat is just overwhelming, right?" And I goes, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, darling. Once we walk away from the plane, that's just the heat coming off the engines. We'll be fine. We walked away from the plane and it was really, really hot. Really hot. I was like, no, I can't believe it's this hot. It was unbelievably hot. I think I had I think I had about a 10-day holiday now. We actually had a holiday in an all-inclusive golf course, and fucking hell, what a beautiful holiday that was. But you went off a camp. What a fucking shithole. Honestly, Barbados has got some really nice places. It's only 9 miles long, but it's got some shithole places in there. Oh, don't. There's pirates coming. Oh, don't! If I dream about spiders tonight, Dave, I'm gonna unsub to you. Do you know what I had a fucking dream the other day because I didn't have a drink because I go on and off of drink, and then when I don't drink, fucking I have some mega nightmares, really bad nightmares, and I had a really bad nightmare about me on my boat the other day, and everything malfunctioned. The engines kicked in, and it went up the bank right across the land, cut someone's fucking arm off that was living in a tent. It was fucking so intense. It was unreal. And when I woke up, I was still fucking. I don't know. I wasn't scared. I was stressed out. I was stressed out because of what my boat had done to someone and where it had ended up. It ended up in the middle of this field. It was like the engine had a nuclear power supply to it and it just ripped up through this land. And I was like, fucking hell, I'm having a drink tonight. Some of the dreams I have when I start drinking, it's like fucking hell. I have people chasing me with knives, cutting me up, and everything. Honestly, they're fucking so deep and bad. It's unreal. So if anyone comes up to me in real life, it doesn't really matter. I've been there and done it. How nuts is that, eh? I thought all that ended when I come off of the puff. I thought I'll go through this little phase of having all my nightmares, job done. Now I go on and off the drink. It's like, wow, the fucking nightmares, they're heavy shit, man. And they're so real. But like when you wake up and you think about it, it's like, that's not realistically possible. That can't happen. But while you're dreaming it, it's real. It's deep shit, man. I hope that guy's all right anyway, that my boat ran over. Oh dear. Why don't the lurkers come on? Come on, stop being shy. Stop being such a coward and come on. Make a comment. Show your face. I could probably guess who the other two people are anyway. Looking for drama, dramatics. Yeah, well, it's probably the best way to be, Dave, to be fair. You've got a pure mind. You're a normal human being. Some of us drink and take drugs because of the way life's treated us or the way we've gone through life and not had the fucking brains to see reality of it, I suppose. Some of us have to cope through doing that. But I mean, like, to be fair, I mean, I haven't took heavy drugs. Like, I mean, some of these drugs out there are fucking mental. I just find a bit of puff and alcohol. It's not the end of the world. I find alcohol worse than drugs, to be fair. let me rephrase that. I find alcohol worse than puff. Well, what did I do on there? Was I good or bad? Was I good or bad on there, Dave? I know I went on there, but I can't remember what I said. I was talking about a lot of shit, wasn't I? Was I talking about my gender and Dave Patterson pops up, didn't he? I said a lot of shit about that. But like people can believe what they want, to be fair. I know what's going on in my mind that's real and not real. Sometimes I have a laugh about stuff, put stuff out there, then I'll get asked questions about it or whatever. I think I was talking about Divide as well, would I? What I can remember. Yeah, how silly I felt about being in that group. Who's DJ? You talking about DJ Audits or um, who else would that be? DJ. Oh, sorry, Danny Jones. Yeah, sorry, just got that as you read it, Dave. Sorry for wasting your finger power there. Yeah, Danny Jones is one of them you either love or hate. I mean, when I first met Danny Jones, it's quite funny really because I was actually in the Flag group. We call it the Flag group, and I instantly took a dislike to Danny Jones, but he is actually all right. He's a good guy. Danny Jones is all right. It's not perfect, but he's all right. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he has helped me a lot, really, with the Stinky Knickers. I won't say her real name because there's a certain person on here that detests that name. Not on here, but on YouTube. So I respect that person, and I'll go back to the original name that I named her. No one else can claim that. I named her Stinky Knickers. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but whatever. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Danny Jones is a good one. Oh, is it that stream it broke or Dave? Let's hope that doesn't make a bad judgment on him. That was your fault, not his. Do you know what? I can't believe I'm still on StreamYard. I must have gone into my new month's 20 hours because you only get 20 hours a month on YouTube. And I know I abused the last one and I must have just gone into my new lot. So we're probably all right for another, I don't know, it's got to be another 18 hours, 17 hours. Yeah, where there's blame, there's a claim. Yeah. Yeah. I could blame a lot of people for a lot of things that have gone in my life, but I don't think I'll get any claims out of them. We're all adults and we've got to all be responsible for our own actions. That's what I say. Mine have not been great, but they've been a lot more positive than negative. I can't wait for the summer. It's really dragging out, isn't it? It's like I get up, I go out there, it's wet, cold, windy, and I'm like, I don't want to see this shit anymore. I'm sick of it. It's like when you're living on a boat, you get really bad cabin fever by the end of the winter. Yeah, it's jitsu. Jitsu. I tried to get it on here. I can't get it on my laptop. I can only get it on my iPad, on my iPhone. I tried to get it on here tonight. I was going to come on Jitsi or Jitsu. Jitsi. I think it Jitsi. But yeah, I tried to come on here with it tonight because I'm fucking fed up with StreamYard because there seems to be a lot of issues with StreamYard. I mean, I don't seem to find many issues, but I just find when people get a lot of viewers come on StreamYard, it seems to have a lot more problems. Yeah, I'm on StreamYard, but I don't pay for it. I just get the 20 hours. But to be fair, I don't have many problems with StreamYard. But I just think that when you get a lot of people on the panel and stuff like that, because I don't get many people come on my panel, fuck knows why. But I find when a lot of people come on the panel on StreamYard, that's when all the issues start. But Jitsu does seem a lot easier, and Danny rates it. So I tried to do it tonight on my laptop, and it don't seem to work. Have a look, Dave, and see if it works on your laptop. I know it works on the iPad and the iPhone because it said that when I tried to get it up, something about iPad and iPhone. Sorry if you can all hear me sucking my vape, but like that's what happens when you have a drink. Alright, cool bananas. Cool bananas. Cool bananas. Cheesecake. Oh, we shouldn't talk about cheesecake. That'll bring a few memories back for people in the flag. In the divide flag. We're stinking because of the divide. Cheesecake. I put my ID on my drone tonight. Made it all look nice and neat. I'm going to be out there. As soon as that sun comes out, I'm going to be out there flying that drone in. See, the thing is, right, I can do my lives, right? I can do the camera thing and all that. But the issue I'm going to have, because this is what I don't get. People do their lives, right? And then they come on here and they mould it all into one. And what I'm wondering is, do they switch between the camera and the drone, or do they have the camera running and the drone up and then edit it together so it looks like, it looks like they're switching from their camera to their drone? Is that what happens? Yeah, but isn't that called? It's not called StreamYard though, is it, Dave? That's called something else, isn't it? It's Streamlab, isn't it? Is it Streamlab on your phone? Because I find Streamlab so frustrating. I'm sure it's Streamlab on your phone. It's a minefield, isn't it? Oh right, some track. What about the 2, the Mini 2? Oh, Restream. Oh, that might be where I'm going wrong, because when I downloaded it, I got Streamlab. I'm sure it's Streamlab. Because I find Streamlabs so frustrating. Restream. Oh, I'm going to try that, see if I can download Restream. I'm going to write that down because I'm going to forget that. Oh, God, where's my pen? Now I'm going to have to remember it. I ain't going all the way over there. Restream. That's where I've been going wrong. I've been doing Streamlab. Fucking poxy app, that is. God, these pop-ups. I tell you what. If you could get someone to kill pop-ups, I would save up and hire them. I'm going to remember that. Restream. That's where I've been going wrong. I've been using Streamlab. I'm gonna mute for a minute because I need to go loo. Right, bear with me. No, I look for Jitsu tomorrow. And no, it's Jip, not Jip. JIGSI. So it's JIGSI. Right, I'm gonna go loo. I'll be 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and I will wash my hands. Thank you. Oh, there we go. That's better. Jixie. Let me just have a look on my phone just to make sure. Where's my phone? Let me have a look. I want to make sure. I don't know if it's on my phone. It might be on my iPad, but it don't matter. I've got all the time in the world. I know all about high-tech stuff. Lol. Funny. Yeah, I'm sure it's JIG. No, it's not there. It's not there. Not there. No. Yeah, I'm sure it's Jixi. JIG. JIG. Let me have a look on my iPad. That's probably always traveling. Oh, yeah. Well, everyone's gonna watch that, aren't they? Because it's controversial stuff. Right, hang on. Let me just have a little look. Restream. I'm gonna have to look at that. No wonder I've got it all wrong. App Store. Let's go quickly. App Store might have it up here. Where are we? Oh, do you know what? I don't know what it is now because it's not come up. It's definitely not Gypsy. How am I going to find that? Because I had it on here earlier. Yeah, I'm sure it's Gypsy, Dave. I can't find it on my iPad. God, how boring am I, eh? Don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. I'm sure it's Gypsy though. Let's have another look on my phone. Let's go to my App Store because that was the last thing I looked at. Where's my App Store? Oh, it's Play Store on here. It's not coming up on here. Jig. Gypsy Health Treat. No, I don't know though. I'm sure it's Gypsy, but it's not coming up. How annoying is that? It's got Gypsy Health Treatment. What is that all about? Let's try. Try it. I've lost the plot, Dave. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's JIG. Let's try Gypsy, see what happens. Where's my hat gone? I'm determined to find it now. Oh yeah, JITIS. That's what it is. Jitsu. Jitsi. JITIS. You got that? No, it's JITIS. Jitsi. It's got like a funny icon that looks like an ice cream without the cone. If you can imagine the ice cream on top of an ice cream without the cone, It's kind of like that. Or it could, I don't know. Room name. Yeah, it's definitely Jitsi. Gitsi meet. MEET. Jitsi meet. There you go. I got to the bottom of it. Thank you very much. Happy fucking days. And I got that on my phone. I wonder if I spelt it wrong on the I wonder if I spelt it wrong on the laptop. Yeah, that's it, Jitsi. Jitsi meet. MEET meet. That's what it's called. Gypsy meet. I'll try that again tomorrow. Because I wanna try and get away from StreamYard. Because I want to expand. I want at least 10 people on. But no, if I run out of StreamYard, I can jump over to Jitsi Me because even though I'm on a different platform, I'm still linked with YouTube, so it should still come up that I'm going live to the people that are subscribed to me. I can't believe I thought it was called Jixie. Jixie. Oh well, whatever. Is anyone else on live? Bit boring, isn't it? When I have to look for someone else to be live. I must be really boring on it, for fuck's sake.
Thank you, Jupiter. Sorry, guys, I actually wasn't in the chat. Is that Jupiter there?
There's no one's live. Wow, that's really boring, isn't it? I must be really boring, me, for fuck's sake. No one's live, and I've got 5 people on. Oh, 4. My mistake. I'm going to go off now anyway, guys. Yeah, I don't know if it's unlimited. Dave, I ain't got a clue about that, to be fair. I don't know if it's unlimited. I mean, I've only gone on it when someone's come up live and they're on that platform. But whether they pay for it or not, you must get a certain amount of free time. But I heard that it's a lot better and a lot easier to use. But yeah, whether it's free or not, I really don't know because I haven't actually been able to get on there yet. But I understand now why. But now I know how to use Restream, or I know that it's Restream and not Streamlab. I might try that as well on my phone because I've always wanted to go on StreamYard on my phone, but I've always put Streamlab thinking it's the sister of StreamYard. But you learn something new every day, don't you? It doesn't matter how old you are, you learn something new every day. It can't be free. It can't be free continuously, Dave, surely. I mean, if it is, fucking great. I'll be on it all the time. 100%, you know. I know it's easier to use, a lot more straightforward. God, I sat on my toes. Does anyone ever have any problems where they have itchy toes? All of them itch, but you can't scratch them because they're too sensitive. You have to rub them. I keep getting that with my toes, and I don't know why that is. It really bugs me though, because it's like they're itchy all the time, and I can't scratch them. I have to rub them, and then the sensitivity goes away. What is that? I can't be a diabetic. Well, I say I can't, but I suppose I could. I don't know. Because I know you have a lot of problems with your feet when you're a diabetic. But it's only this last year I've been getting this problem with my toes. I thought it was frostbite because it was so cold on this boat and I couldn't afford to heat it up. But I've still got it and it's not that cold on now. Oh, God. Now they're really itching now I've said that. And not as bad as they was, but it just, I don't know. There's something not right there. On both feet, all my toes, they're really itchy. Well, you're not fucking good, are you, Dave? Real problems in the real world. Oh, God. They're going crazy now. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, guys, because I find myself very boring. I've tried to hold this together and it's been an hour and 46 minutes, so it's not bad. But yeah, look out for me on Jitsi, 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 meet. Thank you all for coming on and communicating with me, because it makes life worth it, man. I can speak with the outside world when I can't get out there. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Thanks everyone else for coming on. And thanks for all the lurkers. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.